Black Noir.
Hey, I
Agreed.
think he gonna come back really hating. I think it's gonna be how the comics is. I think he gonna come back really trying to kill Homelander now.
Black Noir is not coming back. That nigga's a pack.
He coming back.
He
He don't
dead.
die. You know that, right?
He dead. If Black Noir don't die, that's
Yeah,
cap. What?
he don't heal. He don't heal the same way though.
Ain't nothing
They already-
special. Ain't nothing special about Black Noir, bro. All he is, he got
The
fucked
writers
up.
already confirmed it. The writers already confirmed.
Ain't nothing special about Black Noir. The only thing about Black Noir is he got fucked up by a Soldier Boy, bro, and he couldn't speak no
Got
more.
low dip by Soldier Boy twice.
But ain't nothing, ain't shit special about Black Noir, bro. He's ass.
Black Noir got low dip twice by Soldier Boy. He couldn't even do nothing to him. He was beating his ass. Like, yeah, he did. You can say that he didn't want to fight him, but like, even when he did want to fight him, he fucking burnt half his face off and made that nigga a cripple. So, Black Noir is garbage. I hope he doesn't come back. If he does come back, they need
Black
to make
Noir
him.
is gonna come back. See, that's the thing. Yeah, I
for
want
sure.
him. I can't wait to season 4 because I know they're gonna make. I know they're gonna bring him back for surely.
He's not coming back, bro. He's dead as f.
He not, bruh.
How the f is he gonna come back from that, bro?
Bruh,
he got-
you know
he
how
got-
many times he could have died, bruh? So many times, bruh.
Bro, he got
He got exploded.
nigga who was on his deathbed. He couldn't even speak.
The first time Soldier Boy crippled this nigga so bad that he can't even speak no more. He could just make emotes and grunts shit like that.
Wait.
Nigga f***ed him up so much. This nigga started seeing cartoons, bro.
Wait. He couldn't talk because of Soldier Boy. I thought that was from the explosion.
No,
Bro, Soldier Boy.
no, he was already f***ed up, bro.
Yeah.
He was all
Fucked his ass up.
yeah. Soldier Boy f***ed him up, bro. He nigga was a paraplegic.
Yeah.
That
What
nigga
about
was
that
gone.
flashback then?
What flashback?
Oh, I guess y'all didn't see that flashback.
You talking about the flashback? You talking about the flashback when they start jumping him?
No, I'm talking about the flash. I'm talking about the flashback when they was what's that? No, not those kitties flashbacks. Those little kitty reenactments he was doing when he was
You mean the one where he was
scared
sitting
of
on the ground?
Soldier Boy coming after him. I'm talking about that flashback when Grace Mallory Grace or whatever her name is.
Bruh, here's what happened. So, the first flashback is basically Noir's talking to, I forgot what dude's name was. He's talking to.
That's the one I'm talking about. Where he like, I don't want to wear the mask no more.
Yeah, because he you know, it's the 80s and racism and shit like that or whatever. But that's not the point. The point of that scene was they were setting up Black Noir like as an actual character instead of just being some random nigga in the 7 who does shit sometimes. The second scene, when the cartoons come up, is when you get context for that scene. Because Mallory came and she heard like the tail end of it, but she didn't really, know. But when you get the full context of that story, is when he goes into the toon animation and they start telling you, oh, we're about to set this nigga Soldier Boy up. So they go back.
So basically, the Toons was telling the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one girl, bro, his girlfriend was capping like saying that he died from an explosion.
That nigga Black Noir face was up after that whole happened.
Because when they showed the cartoon, bro, they gave context of what happened, bro. That because fucking Soldier Boy used to be bullying all them niggas, bro, and they hated that nigga. They hated that nigga, bro. So they try to jump him and send him to the records, so they can make a clone to make Homelander.
And that's when they did when he went into jacked off in the cup, right?
Yeah, and that's when he beat out of Black Noir. He beat shit out. He beat out Black Noir, and he was beating all them niggas ass, bro. And then the nigga with the mind trick stopped him, and then they sent him to the Russians.
That nigga hella sick for that one.
Yeah.
So that's why the mind nigga went crazy.
Yeah, the niggas that spooked the Soldier Boy, bro.
No, he went crazy because he can hear everybody's thoughts.
Oh, okay.
But he was spooked the Soldier Boy too, though.
Yeah, that too. That's probably what sent him into hiding because he found out Soldier Boy was alive. Probably because
I know why
he went to hide it. He went to hide him because he was scared of Soldier Boy to shit his mind, and he knew the truth about Soldier Boy and what went on with Homelander. Jay, I want to hear your thoughts about all this. How you felt about the boys this season?
Damn, I've just been waiting to talk. Like,
Go ahead.
I've been waiting. I've been over here playing UFC and been zoning out. But no, to pick off where you left off, Black Noir, I feel like was very I feel like he just, if you read the comic books, or at least if you know a little bit of the backstory on in concerns to the comics, I feel like he was very underplayed with his role, on how they did him. Like, they didn't really use him. Like, he wasn't really significant when you really think about it. The only thing that really Black Noir really played in this entire storyline is just giving you more insight on Soldier Boy. He never really did anything, really. He didn't affect the storyline harming Kamiko, because she just essentially revived, and he didn't really kill Stormlight, or whatever the her name is. Yeah, so like when you really think about it, Black Noir's story, it just gives you a better outlook on the entire story as a whole than him actually doing something as a person. But then with that being said, I feel like the story was made to make you think that Homelander, up until season 3, which is the previous season, the most recent season, was undefeatable. But there was someone else who was out there who could possibly beat him. Not could beat him, but like had a possibility out of everyone. Because,
and not to cut you off, but I love that aspect of when he finally finds somebody that he actually think that's on his level, and he couldn't. He was so. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like, and then even when they did eventually fight, he was actually beating Soldier Boy in hand, like one-on-one. So that really makes you give the idea that Homelander, at least in this series, in the TV series, is way stronger than Homelander in the comic book series, and that really makes you wonder like how the next season is going to play out. Where does this all fall? Why is Maeve still alive? Why do they keep Soldier Boy? Like, what do they?
Which is trash, but I agree.
Yeah, which is like, what role do they play? Because, you know, like, they're already public enemy #1 is guys of bought, so they're not going to get Compound B unless it's like somehow spread out and it gets back to them like through drug trafficking or whatever way. But then, in a weird way, and like, I don't know if you guys caught this, I really don't think Stormfront is dead. I don't think Stormfront is dead, and the reason why
I don't think either. I don't either.
Oh, that's a good theory.
Because think about look at it. Because the reason why I don't think she's dead is because they never really went into any backstory about her suicide. It just happened. It was just.
They said she bit her tongue, but I don't believe that one.
Yeah, these people are like invincible.
Yeah,
that's actually. No, I'm thinking about it. You could be right.
Because they even mentioned something in the comic books. I know the comic books is a little bit different than like the actual TV show. But they were saying that even when you kill the Supes, like, they actually come back to life because of all the Compound B in their body. Like, so there's like, even if you were to kill them realistically, unless you like really mangle them, they don't really die. So that's
the only way you can really kill them is really by exploding them up.
So let me ask you this: Do you think Black Noir is still alive?
I think he is still alive.
Thank you.
I think the only reason, well, I mean, you can argue it, like everything, you can argue it. You can, on one side, you can argue that he is still alive, but like Vault has him in captivity, like they did Maeve, or like even like they did Stormfront. You know, like you can argue that. On the other hand, you can argue that he's dead because it didn't go into any other detail other than it's like, because even. Remember the cartoons in his like hallucinations were saying that he's gonna die. So like if they pretty much tell him everything that's gonna go down, or like whatever, you know, is going on in his life, if they know he's gonna die, that means he's gonna die. So because they know more than he does, essentially. When you really think about it, his thoughts know more than he does.
Oh yeah, so you come in with some good, excellent points that I actually agree with. I actually like a lot, but since a big conversation, because I'm actually very interested with this this Black Noir thing and what was going on with the backstory between him and Soldier Boy. Let me know your initial thoughts on what was going on about that, like with the whole thing about the lie about him, them saying that he went out with this like heroic Captain America type death, but it was actually a lie. His group like turned on him and that. How you felt about all that?
I like it.
I feel like to like to share my point on it just a little bit. I personally think it's what the boys does, and like I said this like time and time again. That it shows a very realistic outlook on how it would be like, because we get so caught up in Marvel and DC where it's, Superman, he's just this happy-go-loving guy, and you know what I mean. We don't even look at like stuff like that passes our like minds when we don't look at the social media aspect, the money involved in this, like the personal, like the mental health of people, because they're still humanoid people, just all these factors play into it being a more realistic type of comic, a more realistic type of show, in the sense that you have to weigh more factors than just their plot line. You know what I mean? So you have to look at it as them being regular people, and like regular people being unpredictable. And in the sense of like Soldier Boy, you have somebody who's pretty much has been built up to be this heel in the eyes of America, for to not only gain money, to gain support, to be a public figure, essentially. Arnold, or like basically Arnold Schwarzenegger of the time. And with that being said, he wants all the attention. He doesn't want anyone, because you notice how when he went back to his hometown, Black Noir, how his and they played back the scene, or whatever. They were saying that he really just wanted to be like a movie actor, or like just have a little bit of the limelight, and Soldier Boy wouldn't let him. So you have a control freak who is not only controlling but bullies literally everyone around him. And I feel like it's not really so much of him being a control freak that scares them. It's the fact that they know that they can't beat him. And that's the reason why they wanted to subdue him and then send him to the Russians, so that they can somehow build a prototype, or essentially Homelander, so they counteract it. And in the way, I feel like that ties into the comic, not so much being Black Noir being like the clone of Homelander, but instead Homelander being the clone of Soldier Boy. So it's like, I feel like they do a good job. Like, you don't really catch that until you really look at it all the way through. Because when you look at the comic book, Black Noir was framing Soldier Boy and all this sort of thing, da-da-da-da-da. And then when it came back, Black Noir folded Homelander in the comic. Yeah. But in this, the same thing. Soldier Boy, gets captured by the Russians, gone for 30 years, da-da-da-da. They have Homelander, which is essentially Soldier Boy, his son and whatever, and he folds Soldier Boy. He didn't kill him, but he's stronger than Soldier Boy. Even though when everyone thought, realistically, Soldier Boy was supposed to be the strongest suit to ever be made, essentially. And it's so crazy how you don't really realize that unless you pay really close attention to how they did that. You know what I mean? They put it in a more realistic sense that, to where you didn't see it coming, but if you paid attention, it made sense. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like it was a good way of putting it, like, correlating the story of the comic and also putting it together with, like, just creating something new, but still having a little bit of correlation to the comic, just going like a different route of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of great conversations about this. I might have to chop this up. I'm about to chop this up as a conversation, because I see everybody's point of view between but at glance at the whole thing with Soldier Boy, which is very, very interesting. And what I love when people have their perspectives on what goes on in the show of The Boys, because I was feeling the same way about certain that was going on in The Boys. Like, I felt like the with at first, I like how they played Soldier Boy at first as just an evil knockoff version of Captain America, but he got like this deeper meaning to his character that goes on and plays out throughout the whole show, which I felt was very interesting. I like the fact that they try to act like his dad was the issues of what goes on in his life, but it really wasn't. He's just an asshole, and that's what he is. He don't care about that. He just, if you're not manly enough or you can't step up to him, he don't respect you, and he looks at you like a.
See? Now,
there's also a lot of insecurity in his character.
But if you do look at it, though, his dad wasn't most of the problem. Some of the problem, because he was an asshole, but he was an asshole because look what time he did grow up. He grew up where his dad and people around him had to be manly.
But you gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this. They even said it in the show. He was like, "Yeah, my dad never beat me."
No,
he was like, my dad never beat me. He never hated me like that. But like, if I did something and I did it wrong, he called me a failure, and that really upset him. That triggered him. That triggered his personality, bro.
And that's where I was going with. Like, that's why I said his dad not. Because at the end of the day, he still was an asshole, but he became an asshole. Because at the end of the day, he tried to prove so much to his father by joining the army and but he couldn't do it, so they kicked him out. So he called him a disappointment, a failure. Then he did the VOD experiment, try to get back into the army to be their little lab rat. Dad still wasn't impressed. So he's in his head. This guy, I'm gonna be an asshole. I'm strong as now. I can't die. Who the can take me out? But like you said,
him and Homelander are like two sides of the same coin. Because he wanted the love and approval of his father, while Homelander wants love and approval in general. So they're like two sides of the same coin.
Which is very interesting, and I love. That's why I love this season. It's probably the best season that they have. But probably not. They're probably the second.
But
season 2 was pretty good.
But I noticed, like, to go into what he just said, two sides of the same coin. But I feel like it's two sides of the same coin, but also different. Because when you think about it in a realistic sense, Soldier Boy wanted to be a control freak to control everything, to control America, essentially control. Homelander really just wanted to be loved by America, or just wanted attention. He didn't really want
people to love him. He don't want to be seen as the bad guy.
And he want to look down on people.
Like
he don't want to look niggas.
Whether he was the bad guy or not, he was doing it for America. He felt like. So y'all remember when Soldier Boy and Homelander was giving each other those speeches, right?
Yeah.
And Homelander was telling him about, you have a family, you don't have to feel alone.
Yeah.
When Soldier Boy said, if I was around to raise you, such a craving attention, you're such a fucking disappointment. I felt like Soldier Boy was talking from trying to prove to his father he wasn't a disappointment. Like, cause look at it, Vought just instantly they was okay with the superheroes giving away Soldier Boy to the Russians like that. So Homelander could be the face of Vought, right?
Face of the 7, not the Vault.
Well, 7. But basically the face of the company. You feel me? Like how can I say of the Justice League is the face? Who would y'all say is the face of the Justice League?
Probably Batman or Superman. One of them.
Superman.
Okay, yeah, like one of them. The boy comes back, he sees this guy trying to took his spot. Now that he found out, but his son is something he despises. And that's crazy to me that he really didn't give a whether his grandson was right there or not. He was finna kill both of them.
Yeah.
That was some savage
Man, he said, you want to save the kid? So Homelander fucked your wife? I said, whoa. When you put it like that, it does sound bad.
I mean, he's being real though. Like, I agree with him. I'm just like, bruh, Soldier Boy's the only honorable nigga in here.
Yeah, it's a Soldier Boy.
And if you look at it though,
Soldier Boy a piece of shit, but I respect him though.
Yeah.
And Butcher is a piece of shit too. If you look at it,
even though most of his missions was capped.